I'm Adam Beasley, and this is your Miami Herald Dolphins report. It's been a week of an avalanche of criticism for Dolphins coaches, and deservedly so. For last week's last-second loss to Green Bay, the second-guessing has been rampant. Joe Philbin's decision to use timeouts to throw the ball on second down with the lead late, and then the coverage choice on that last play, that touchdown pass from Aaron Rodgers, when Philip Wheeler was one-on-one with Andrew Corliss. All those things, as I said, are deserved criticism, but it doesn't tell the whole story as to why this team is struggling. In short, their defense has actually been pretty good. They're top 10 in yards allowed. They had held the Packers to basically 4 yards a play until that last drive. They played pretty well. Problem is, a defense that was one of the best red zone defenses last year is now one of the worst. What used to be field goals are now touchdowns. It's not going to get any easier this week against the Bears. Chicago has arguably the biggest and maybe even the best group of receivers in football. Obviously, the notable name is Brandon Marshall. He spent two kind of scandal-filled years here in Miami. His ups and downs are well documented. He spoke to us this week on a conference call and didn't miss the chance to take one last shot at his old quarterback, Chad Henne, saying, and I quote, "Well, if we would have had a quarterback, we would have had a team while I was there." The inference, obviously, is Henne was holding them back from being successful. But nonetheless, the height of the Bears are going to be a big problem for the Dolphins. Brent Grimes and Cortland Finnegan, the starting corners, are diminutive. Great technique-wise, but they're not big. They're not going to grow anymore between now and then. So they're going to have to play very sound, fundamentally sound, to hang with those big receivers. On the offensive side of the ball, priority number one has to be to get Brian Hartline involved. He's on track for one of his worst statistical seasons of his career, certainly his worst since 2011. Back-to-back 1,000-yard years coming into this year. That streak looks absolutely in jeopardy. He has under 200 yards receiving through 5 games, a very low number of targets. He's frustrated. There's no doubt about it. They have to get him involved. They have to spread the ball out. It can't just be so focused on Mike Wallace for them to be successful. And obviously, the running game took a huge hit this week with Noshawn Moreno. Re-injured his ACL in that Packers game. He's out for the year. So it's going to be a heavy dosage of Lamar Miller, and you're going to see Damian Williams and Daniel Thomas as well. Huge challenge. The Dolphins are road underdogs, deservedly so. But this is a huge week for this team. If they win, they get back to 3-3, and they have 10 games left to get to 10 wins. They lose, they're 2-4, and it's an uphill climb the rest of the year. Be interested to see how this weekend goes. Until then, I'm Adam Beasley.